The room erupted in laughter the moment she said it, but all I heard was my heart pounding. My wife stood at the center of the living room, a drink in her hand and a daring smile spreading across her face. The glow of string lights softened her features, making her look bold and careless all at once. "We are open," she announced to our friends, voice loud enough to silence the music for a second. "Like romantically, you know. Exploring things." The word open hit me harder than any punch. I stared across the room at her, every instinct screaming that this was a joke. Poorly timed joke. We had never discussed anything like that. Not once. The group around her waited for me to follow up. To laugh. To confirm. Play along. Instead I felt cold from the inside out. Before I could process what was happening, my best friend Adam stepped forward. His eyes locked onto hers with the kind of recognition that terrified me. "So you mean I can talk about what happened last month now?" he asked, casual and dangerous. Her smile vanished. The glass in her hand shook. The room fell silent. Every pair of eyes darted between the three of us. My stomach dropped into a dark place I could not reach. "What is he talking about?" I asked quietly, but the tremble in my voice betrayed the storm inside me. She opened her mouth, but no words came. Adam looked at me, guilt and anger battling in his expression. "You deserve to know," he said. "She and I made out after the volunteer gala. I thought you two had already discussed this open thing. She told me you were cool with it." The cracks in my worldview grew into a complete collapse. I wanted to deny it, to tell him he misunderstood her. But her silence spoke loud enough to drown the music still playing faintly in the background. My breath felt thick like I was inhaling glue. "Did you?" I asked her. "I was drunk," she whispered. "It was stupid. I thought we could handle being more adventurous." Adventurous. That was the word she chose. The room suddenly felt too full. People shifted uncomfortably, whispering, glancing toward the door like escape routes mattered more than our marriage collapsing feet away. I needed air. I walked to the backyard without a word. The night breeze hit my skin like I was waking from a nightmare. I leaned against the fence, desperate to keep my balance. Footsteps approached. It was her. "Please listen," she said. Her voice was shaky. "It wasn't supposed to come out like that." "How was it supposed to come out?" I asked, barely above a whisper. "Over breakfast. In a love letter. When were you planning to tell me that I was no longer the only person in this marriage?" She reached for me, but I stepped back. The hurt in her eyes didn't match the choices she had made. My chest tightened in a mix of anger and grief. "I felt stuck," she said. "I needed something new. Something that made me feel alive again. You and I have been flat. So you kissed my best friend to feel alive." The betrayal twisted every word. "Why him?" "Because he noticed me," she replied, tears forming. "You stopped looking at me the way you used to." Her confession hit a part of me that still loved her. I did stop looking sometimes. I let stress build walls. I convinced myself love was stable enough to survive complacency. I believed that loyalty made us unbreakable. But loyalty only works if both people hold it. "And you never thought to tell me?" "Yes. Never thought to say you were unhappy before crossing a line." "I was scared," she said. "I didn't want to lose you." A bitter laugh escaped me. "You lost me the moment you chose someone else." She covered her face with her hands. The sound of her crying echoed into the quiet backyard. For years, I found comfort in that sound because it meant vulnerability and trust. Tonight it made me feel sick. Adam walked outside next, guilt weighing down every movement. "I am sorry," he said. "I never wanted to hurt you. I thought you both agreed on this." When I realized she lied, I backed off. "I told her she needed to tell you." She sobbed harder. "You knew?" asked him. "You knew and still walked into my home tonight like nothing happened." "That is exactly why I spoke up," he said. "Because she blindsided you. I could not let her pretend we all shared the same truth." His honesty hurt, but his deception hurt more. "Both of you betrayed me," I said. one with a lie and the other with silence. The door opened again. People peeked out awkwardly. My private heartbreak had become the party's entertainment. I stared at the woman I once thought I would grow old with. Her shoulders slumped, tears streaking her makeup, every breath shuddering. "You wanted openness," I said. "But not honesty. Those are not the same." She reached for me again. "Please. I will fix this. We can go to therapy. I will cut him out completely. I will do anything. I love you." Love. A word that felt small in a moment this big. I looked up at the stars because grounding myself in something steady was the only way to keep standing. The night sky did not care about marriage vows or mistakes made behind closed doors. Simply existed. "I need time," I said firmly. "Away from you. Away from everything." Her face crumbled. She had expected anger. She had not expected distance. I walked past her and headed for the door. As I stepped inside, guests parted like I was a ghost moving through them. The silence followed me to the front of the house. I paused at the threshold and turned back to look at her one last time. She stood under the soft glow of the porch light, hugging herself like it could hold her together. "You opened our marriage without my consent," I said. "You just never expected the consequences to be just as open." Closed the door behind me. Walking into the night alone, I felt heartbreak like a physical wound. But beneath the pain, a quiet clarity formed. Trust can shatter in a single sentence spoken too loudly at a party. And sometimes the loudest betrayals are the ones that claim to be adventurous, freeing, exciting. Tonight I learned the truth. Some doors once opened can never be closed again.